Hello, everybody.
Welcome back to Watch
another
Your Lips,
Sure.
episode 20.
We are joined again here by our good friend, Mr. Kevin Burns.
Hello, everybody.
What's up, bud?
Not a whole
You
lot.
missed it. You had to come back. You missed
I
it.
did. It's
fun, right?
Hey,
Yeah.
once you do one, you want to keep doing
That's
them,
right.
Jeff, where could they follow the podcast?
You can follow us at watchyour_lips on Instagram and Twitter. And we're on all platforms.
Go share it.
Most of you guys know that.
Go share it, though.
Share it.
That's the job for the weekend or the week. This will come out Monday. So you got a whole week to get it to your 10 best friends. Can we do that? Everybody that's
I'm
listening.
I've got two of mine here.
Okay. Well, other than that.
I'll send it to my
to
other
10,
8.
not your best friends, but to 10 people.
Oh, okay.
Just tell them to listen, download it.
And tell those people
To give
to
10.
tell 10 more people.
Right. It's a big chain. Chain letter.
Exactly.
You have your
Exactly.
people tell my people.
Exactly. Okay.
And they'll tell us.
Yeah. If they're at the Catalina wine mixer, we tell
Yeah,
them.
that's right.
Tell them, right? Share it with 10 people. That's the minimum, Jeff. What else do we have, Jeff, that I've failed to put on Instagram and Twitter?
Well, we went to Top Gun, Maverick. Burnsy didn't go.
No.
I was unable to go.
And we had a bunch of Watch Your Lips hats that are still for sale. They're $25 a piece.
We were going to sell them there, and then we did a very poor job of promoting when we were going to Top Gun.
You were single-minded.
That's what you want to say.
Yeah. I mean, we were more
that's
interested
fair.
in Top Gun.
Yeah.
I was hungover, so
It's your bad.
it was my bad.
Dude, so check this out, right? This because I think it's a hilarious story. We're talking about getting tickets to go. We decide we're going to go Monday, Memorial Day weekend, holiday. And Jeff's like, Sunday we talked. So Saturday, there's 5 of us going at the time. I'm like, well, maybe I'll get tickets. I'm looking at IMAX. I'm like, dude, it may not be that busy. 12 o'clock in the afternoon.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty much Sunday when I looked, it was sold out. Like, it was pretty much sold out. When did you guys go to Singer? Was it Saturday or Sunday?
No, we went Sunday.
It was Sunday. So Jeff's, we're still on 5, right? It's 5 people going. He texts me like 7 o'clock that Sunday night. He's like,
No, it was like 10, dude.
was it that late?
Yeah, it was like 10 or 10:30.
I think it was that late. Either way, he's like, hey, we need 13 tickets.
I was just seeing if he'd buy them or not.
And I'm like, bro, this is for IMAX. It was like $300. Like, I'm not spending $300. I don't know who these fucking people are and
You
if
know
they're
what?
coming.
He didn't even respond to me.
No, fuck
he
you.
didn't even
The
respond.
balls to
text.
ask me to buy 13 tickets for IMAX for Top
Just wanted
Gun.
to see if you'd do it, man.
I mean, I love you, but I don't love your friend. Well, I don't know all your friends, but
You know most of them.
yeah, I just didn't know who was like 30. You weren't even with 13 people.
No, I was with 13 people,
Were you? Was
but
that
they
many
weren't
people?
all going.
Yeah, I was just like, this is crazy. I looked it up. That's how I knew it was over $300. I was like, nah,
For 13 people?
for IMAX.
How much is a ticket?
It was like $20-something per ticket.
What's a ticket to regular movies?
I ended up buying what 5 or 7 for us to go, and it was like $11.
Oh, okay.
So it wasn't that bad just to go see normal. But he's 13 tickets.
For $300.
Yeah.
Like that's the kind of shit you pull. You're not even going to tell me.
No, I would have paid you though.
This is the couch. This is
If
the
he would have
couch
actually done it, I would have
the
paid him.
couch upstairs money. Like we're
Right.
like I'm gonna fuck with you, and if you do it, I'm just gonna. Don't worry, I got you. yeah. That's what it was.
Big
Not
league.
true.
Big league.
No, I don't big league him. He big league me.
Never.
No, Jeff's not a big leaguer.
Never.
Jake's
Wink,
rolling his eyes.
Wink, wink. I can't even fucking wink. But yeah, we got hats.
We got hats.
Watch Your Lips hats. Hit us up on Instagram or Twitter, either one.
We do have a few left. A lot of them have been sold, but we do have some left. We've got the gray with the black bill and the all black.
I'll post it on Instagram. But either way, we've got some hats. Help
But
buy one. Help support the podcast.
If you purchase them next time, you may see the Top Gun in IMAX.
Yeah, or just and wear it. We'll
Yeah.
take a picture out and about.
Yeah.
Sporting a Watch Your Lips hat.
But Top Gun, Maverick.
Now, are you gonna?
Okay,
if
we're
people
not going to
haven't
spoil
seen,
it. We're not going to spoil this.
So if you haven't seen it and you're listening,
Burns, you haven't seen it, right?
I have not.
Oh, man.
okay. Well, we should go
All
watch
right.
it again.
So Top Gun was my favorite movie of all time. And a lot of people have asked, do you think Top Gun's better than Maverick? they're very similar in some extent, right? I mean, you have to have watched one to really understand two.
Yes.
Or to appreciate two enough. Two was just phenomenal, though.
Yeah, the action.
I mean, the action's
Yeah, the
crazy.
action and the film, the way they shot it, and
What I've been told is the original is a lot harder to follow on the airplane or the fight scenes, right? When they're up in
I
the
also
air.
heard that there were no
you
actors.
feel like you're in the airplane now.
Now, yeah.
Yeah.
I also heard that they weren't they weren't actually in the airplanes back on the first one. This one they were. Okay. They shot scenes.
Yeah,
in
Tom
the
Cruise
aircrafts.
made sure that anybody that got the part that they went through flight school.
I thought it was excellent.
It was
There
phenomenal.
are some, me being me, right? And the way my brain works, there were things I noticed that irritated me, but that's just because I'm an idiot.
Jake didn't like the handle names.
Some of them.
Like what?
Well, yeah, you gotta see it. I don't want to spoil it.
I'll forget.
No, well,
No, there's
people
one
listening.
you'll never forget.
Yeah, yeah. I don't want to.
Okay.
I don't want to spoil
He
it.
looks like Jake.
Go see
That'll
it.
spoil it for you guys.
Not really. In the
That
sense
was a joke.
The sense
You
that he
didn't
wears,
laugh.
because
He
it wasn't
didn't.
funny.
Okay, he's got glasses, dude.
Yeah. Jesus Christ. This is going to be on YouTube, by the way. Finally.
Nice.
Finally. Well,
You're
we
not
had to
ashamed of
show
me.
everybody
if
that
people
Burns is a
knew
real
like how
person.
long it actually takes to put a video, put this on YouTube, they probably wouldn't blame
I
me.
do wonder how long does it take?
Do you want me to tell you?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, tell me
And
too,
I may,
Jake,
because
'cause
I may be doing it all wrong. That's probably part of the reason too. But yeah, it's an easy few hours just to like between editing everything,
Right.
right? Because sometimes you guys say shit that you don't want. Well, not this group, but there has been podcasts in the past where I had to cut stuff out. So if you don't write it down when it happened, you have to go find it,
Yeah.
and then just like the process to finish the video, and then you have to upload it, and it takes a couple hours.
Well,
Easy.
Jake, the Watch Your
But that's
Lips
just the
staff,
video.
The
Right.
Watch Your Lips staff appreciates you.
Appreciate it. The staff
Okay.
of 2.
Buy some hats.
Yeah. Buy some hats.
Help us grow the staff, please.
That would be legit. I will say though, I'm also very particular. So it's okay.
Right.
It just takes a long time. And when you're doing multiple, when you have more than one podcast and a family, and a wife that,
Want your attention.
wants some attention from you, yeah,
Sometimes.
it can make for some problems. We'll just say that. So yeah, it's either way. This will be on YouTube.
Sweet.
Go watch
And
Top
if you're
Gun.
watching, this video will be up on YouTube.
Well, if you're listening, this video will be up on YouTube.
That was another joke, Jake,
If you're watching,
because he's giving me shit for this. Hi, everybody.
Oh, because he said if you're watching, it will be on YouTube.
well, he was new to the game.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
He was new to this.
Now I do it just to see if he'll notice.
I don't care anymore.
Good. Don't edit anything.
Hey.
But Burnsy, you had something you wanted to bring up.
Did he?
We're going to jump right into it.
Are we going to go there first?
Yeah, we're going to go there
Which
first.
one? What are we talking about? The
Did you want to do pick'ems? Do you want to get that out of the way?
Oh, yeah, we probably should do that. Burns, hang on.
Let's say, because
got
there is another
Yeah.
part of your topic. It's
Hold tight.
if you look at the notes, Jeffrey. It's,
Hey,
Not
I'm not.
notes.
We don't.
That's how
this
much-
isn't scripted, Jake. Okay, this podcast is not scripted.
bullet points.
we're acting.
Yeah, we are acting.
We're really good.
I don't know what
So-
you're going to say right now.
Hey, well, what I'm gonna say is in week
Can you
2,
turn
Week
real quick?
2.
Can you turn that fucking air down?
dude, it's like 68 degrees.
I almost
in here.
brought a sweatshirt because I was like,
Stop
I know
it,
Jake's
Bernsey.
going to
Listen,
say,
Go ahead.
turn it
Go
down.
ahead.
We're in week 2 of
Week
our
2.
fantasy challenge, whatever we're gonna call
It
it.
ends today, correct? Today's the end of week
Yes,
2.
and I'm up by 11 again.
Well, but I mean, my guys haven't started yet. So
Yeah, but going into today,
you're beating
most
my ass
likely
again.
I'm going to win again. And then you and I are playing
In
in a
fantasy,
league, and you're
yeah.
getting your ass kicked there
Yes,
too.
I am.
So back to me never beating you in anything.
I'm saying in
Looks like you're getting
2022,
your ass handed
this
to you.
last year I've owned you and everything, so it's okay. It's fine. You win some, you lose some, Jeff.
Hey,
Right?
we're in 2022.
I know.
Let's talk about now.
Whatever.
All right, so we're going to go into our picks.
Unless when you won, then we can go back in the past.
Hey, well, let's let Burnsy get into the podcast. So let's get through the fun stuff. Okay,
Go.
I pick first.
Whatever.
Again,
It doesn't matter.
I'm taking Austin Riley.
He was on my list. I'm gonna take.
Long pause.
I'm not sure what to do here.
There's only 3 guys, Jake.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of players, bruh.
There are.
I'll take Corey Seager.
All right.
Was that one of your shortstops?
No, I'll take Trey Turner.
Okay. And then I'm going to go Yordan Alvarez.
He's hot right now. I'm going to take your boy, Jose Ramirez, and hope he puts up another
I told you.
30.
I told you.
Okay?
I called it. It's okay.
I picked him last because you can't take him again.
I know, but that's why I'm picking Mookie Betts.
So it's 2-0 pretty much.
Pretty much.
Okay.
He lost
It's not. No, it's not over.
Yeah,
okay.
he lost.
They
this
haven't
week
played.
again.
They haven't played yet. So
Okay.
I mean, unless his guys go ape shit and mine don't
He's
do
done.
anything, he's done. So moving on.
that's who. I don't even know who I picked thus far. This is where I'm at with this shit.
I'll remind
Seager,
you if
Corey
you.
Seager.
You're gonna have to. No, I'm talking about the previous
Oh,
2
yeah.
weeks. I don't know who I picked.
Turner.
Do
was
you
one.
know? You know who
One-
my picks are?
One. I remember one.
Justin Turner.
Justin Turner.
Yeah, that
I
was-
said Josh.
it was
That
a good pick.
awesome. Was it?
No. Terrible.
No, he's taking a complete different approach to this than I am.
He's trying to score
He's
less
taking
points.
the losing
less
approach.
Points.
Well, I have shit to do during a day, right? So while we can do this, he needs me to do this. I don't have the time,
right.
You
You got to edit
Continue.
videos.
Continue.
Edit videos. Yeah.
All right, Bernsey.
Continue. Moving on.
Are we done?
Or do
Are
you
we
want?
done?
Or do you want to stay with some baseball? Because there's some baseball shit.
Yeah,
Yeah, we can do that.
You saw Gabe Kapler not want to come out for the anthem.
I did.
You're a Giants fan, by the way. How do you feel about this?
I feel like he's a piece of shit. I mean,
Tell me how you really feel, Joe.
yeah, dude, why?
Well, but he came out.
Why?
So this was last week.
Okay,
Right.
and-
We're a week
Yeah,
late
yeah,
to this
yeah.
party.
Yeah.
Typically,
When he came out on Memorial Day.
but he came out on Memorial
no,
Day.
okay, that's my problem. My biggest problem is one that he's just protesting, but my second biggest problem is he says, okay, well, I'm going to table this for Memorial Day.
I think that's great.
No, you're either going to do it or you're not going to do it. So
What's
just
great
because
about
it's
it?
a national holiday, now you're not going to do it?
It's a purpose. So the first time that everybody had a national anthem protest, nobody really knew what the purpose was initially, correct? Like they said it, but it was like kind of fluid what they were going to do. He is doing this for what you guys talked about last week, the gun violence, right?
He didn't say that. He came out. He doesn't like the state of the country where the country's at.
Okay. Do you guys?
No, but I mean,
No, but I'm going to stand for
But-
the national anthem. I just did it at my daughter's promotion.
have you felt
not
good
ever
about
gonna-
where we're at in the last 10
No.
years?
No.
So what does that have to do with our anthem and the
I think
soldiers and military and
I think that
because of
I don't think that it's necessarily against the soldiers or against the military by
Well, what are we saluting when
standing
we
to
do it?
protest our country, not necessarily just the military,
Okay.
right? Do you feel like the national anthem is solely for the military?
No, but I think it goes more hand in hand with the military than anything else.
So I read an article the other day.
Well,
I've talked to
disagree
military members
completely because
that don't have a problem with even with what Kaepernick was doing.
Right.
Just so that's out
Yeah.
there. Go ahead. Sorry.
no, I mean the national anthem is something that we all grew up doing, right? That you were taught.
But
So-
isn't part of our country just free speech and being able to express yourself in ways like this?
Then don't do it. If you say you're going to
Okay.
do something, then do it.
Then do it like
but
do
then
it
when
like
don't come
when
out on Monday.
But when it really comes down to the military, he's supporting it, right? He's saying, well, this is a distinct day that we support our military, and I support that.
that's fair, but why not just do what Steve Kerr did? Why not go on a national press conference and call everybody out?
Yeah, that would be good.
I
too.
mean, you get the same outcome from doing that. I mean, that's went viral, right?
Yeah.
Him screaming about what happened.
Yeah.
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 And clearly getting emotional about it. Right? I mean, you could see the passion and you could hear the passion in Steve Kerr. Probably a bigger impact nationwide than Gabe Kapler staying in the dugout.
Or in the,
As a Giant
the
fan.
locker
Yeah.
room.
Whatever.
Plus the platform that Steve Kerr has right now. Gabe Kapler doesn't necessarily have the national platform right now.
No,
Right.
but he's
But
a
it's-
national figurehead that of a Major League
I
Baseball
mean, he was
organization.
he was the
he has
NL
some
Manager of
followers.
the Year last year, right?
No, but I mean, with baseball, we all can agree, like it's not the World Series. It's not the playoffs.
It's not even halfway through this. Yes.
Yeah, and basketball,
we're that in their season.
Yeah,
yes.
yeah. So
carries a little weight.
And he came out and I don't know. Has he come out and explained? You said no.
That's all I heard. The only interview I heard was that he's not happy with the state of our country. He's not.
Okay.
But I would never not stand for the national anthem.
I wouldn't either.
I wouldn't either.
I think it's disrespectful.
I don't
I
know.
wouldn't either, but I respect their right to do that.
So I just don't No, that's fine. I'm with you. I just don't. To me, it doesn't make any sense. And here's what you don't do: you don't put yourself on the platform like that and out there in the public eye like that to the next day leave your fucking relief pitcher off your lineup card and look like a real dipshit. What is your focus? Your job is to manage the baseball team. When you go make a move and the guy you're bringing in is not on your roster, you look like a fucking clown.
I had no clue.
Yeah, that happened the next day.
Yeah.
Next day. So, no. Your job is, that's your job. How does that happen? How do you do that in the big leagues?
Yeah, how do you leave somebody off your roster?
Hey, can you bring him in? Just bring him in.
Righty.
Hey,
I don't know his name.
You know
what's
what?
his name? That guy.
They called the timeout. They're like, this guy's not even on the roster.
Bro.
Idiot.
And you like the Giants.
I love the Giants. And I like Gabe Kapler.
Is there a chance that we can go back and listen to something where you're praising Gabe Kapler?
Not here.
No.
I don't think it exists.
No, I mean, I like Gabe Kapler, but I don't like this.
That's fair.
I don't like this. What he's doing to me makes no sense. I get what you're trying to do, but I think there's other ways to get through.
Well, what are you doing? What are you doing other than just not coming out?
Well, yeah.
No, you're
are you behind the scenes? Or what are you doing out in the
I
off
agree with
season? What are you doing? I don't like the state of our country, so.
Yeah.
Right.
Are you doing anything to fucking make it better? Are you putting out any? And that's where, like, Kurt, like, are you throwing any suggestions out? Like, what are your thoughts on everything? If you're gonna have this platform, you're gonna use it to just fucking duck and hide and wait for somebody else to figure it out?
Yeah.
No.
Right.
I agree with that.
And it's going to change because you're mad and you're not going to support the United States.
And so then the question is,
because that's really what it is.
When you
right?
do come out and you start standing out there, why? Can you tell us why now we're in a better place?
Hey, you have a hair on your hat that's really bothering me.
Get it?
No, I can't get it. It's like over your, let's see,
the
left
bill.
eye. Yeah, there you go. You got it. Thank you.
Look good now.
Thank you.
Good work.
Couldn't concentrate.
It's funny is I don't think the camera could probably pick it up either. Like, you could have sat there the whole time and nobody would have known. I look like a dumbass. I'm just out here grabbing.
Now tens and tens of people know.
You're going to make him mad, bro. Don't say shit like that.
I'm messing with you.
You want to see fucking somebody get...
Hey, 10 times 10 times
No,
10.
I stole a commercial. Haven't you seen the Allstate commercial where he's like, this is going to get tens and tens of likes? No?
No.
Moving on.
Yeah, Kapler, your boy.
Bernsey.
Yes.
Love you, man, but don't do that here.
Hey, also in the baseball arena, we had like the
This was a day after we recorded,
like
right?
if you don't think fantasy football is important, you had two grown men, professional athletes, big leaguers, and then it wasn't even a fight. One literally just smacked the shit out of the other over fantasy football that ended months ago.
Yeah.
Tommy Pham.
Who got suspended for 3 days.
3 games. 3 games or 3 days? That was 3 days probably.
Yeah.
3 games.
So 2 more than Donaldson.
Right. Right.
Over nothing. For
Well,
Donaldson.
he physically attacked.
No, him. Tommy Pham.
Giant.
Yeah. No, I'm saying that should have been longer if Donaldson's getting a day
Yeah,
one
right.
game.
No, I
So-
know what you're saying.
He slaps
Hey,
him.
you know what was the best part about all this, though? Is the interviews.
Yes.
Like, he's posting the gifts, like the people who are interviewing him, and he is dead serious. Like, him slapping him was, like, legit.
Right. So
It wasn't funny. It wasn't a funny slap. Like, he was pissed.
Oh, yeah.
At what Jock Peterson did.
For people, so what he did was, right, he had a player out on his roster.
Yes.
And
He put him in the IL. It was Jeff Wilson.
You can put them at that point.
He was bench stashing,
Right.
which is smart.
Right. You can
within
do
the
that.
rules.
That is within the rules.
Yes.
Tommy Pham didn't like it. Thought it was cheating.
Yeah.
And he basically said that
But-
you're fucking with my money.
Right.
Well, did you see the buy-in? to
No,
that
what
league?
is it? Did you?
$10,000.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
okay.
And
All
then-
right.
and
And
then
Trout is the commissioner of this
Yes.
league. Let's.
Yeah.
So Pham smacks Jock Peterson, and you see the videos, and all, at that point, the story is just benches or they fight before the game in Cincinnati.
Right.
You're talking about the interviews, right? So you see Jock Peterson talking about what happened. And I'm laughing my ass off because
Me
I'm like,
too.
I'm just like, oh, this is a big leaguer. Like, he's making up a story to not talk about what really happened.
Right.
Like, to protect fam. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Right,
not.
right.
I'm just assuming, like, oh, it's hilarious because it's the dumbest story I've ever heard. And I was like, the next day, like, oh no, that's a real.
That's real.
That's why it happened. I was dying laughing over fantasy football.
So Jock Peterson says, do you guys know the cartoon Caillou?
I know,
Oh,
Jeff, you're not allowed
did
to
you
watch
not
that.
listen to the earlier
No,
episode?
he's not a
how
real
big-
fan, bro.
How big? Oh, I did listen to that, but it's been a while. I forget things.
Don't let your kids watch Caillou,
Oh,
guys.
he's the worst.
Please.
So Jock Peterson says he has self-titled himself
Okay.
the adult Caillou.
Why is that?
I don't know, but you can see it when he gets smacked. He's like a child, like Caillou, and he just is like, whatever, I just got smacked and now I'm going to go talk about it. He didn't care whatsoever that he got smacked in
Well-
front of millions and millions of people.
Laying the foundation for everybody is there was a GIF that went out, okay, and it was like bobbleheads of the San Diego Padres, which Pham was on.
Yeah, he was on that team at the
He
time.
was on the Dodgers and the Giants, and he was basically saying how underperforming, how shitty the Padres were.
Was it that long
and
ago?
they
Or was it
shouldn't
with
be
the
in
Braves?
division? No, I think I'm pretty sure it was the Padres.
Yeah, it was a podcast.
I'm saying, was Peterson with the Braves or was he still
No,
with the Dodgers at the
and
time?
then Tommy Pham comes out and says, "Look, we're not close enough for you to be making jokes like this." And Peterson's just like, "Dude, it's just fantasy football talk. I'm just trying to make fun of the situation, right?" Well, he got really pissed, and that's why he slapped him
and
over that GIF plus what he did.
And Pham just walked away from his lineup. He just quit in the middle of the season. $10,000. Just here you go. Here's $10,000.
Hey, would you do that?
No,
For
I don't-
$25 buy-in?
I don't do it. Ours is free.
For Champions League?
But fantasy football is for real.
It's for real.
Fantasy
There,
football
but
is for real.
feelings
Pham-
get hurt. Shit gets talked. It's for real. Fantasy football
Yeah,
is a
and
big
Do you
deal.
have,
I don't
do you have
know that
any
I-
stories, Jake, of any fantasy leagues you've been in? 'Cause-
You know,
well,
we had it this year.
no, I know, but I've got one that was almost 2 times in the
well,
same
we got
league.
time for one, so let's roll.
There were almost a physical altercation, and I was
Yes.
involved in one of them. Okay, so
I'm not surprised to
Yeah,
hear this.
not at all.
no, so
Not at all.
this was a trade at the time. Back, this is years back. Larry Fitzgerald for Darren McFadden. Okay, and it was early in the season. Darren McFadden was like a rookie, and I was trying to get Fitzgerald. Well, me and the manager agree on it, right? So the commissioner of this league takes it upon himself to call everybody else in the league and was like, "Hey, I don't think Cox should get Fitzgerald because of this, this, and this." And they all start calling me, and it turns into, I'm like, you know what? Where are you at right now? Like you can't, as the commissioner, decide who I can trade and who I can't trade. Like if me and the other manager agree, then the trade goes through. And he's like, well, no, it's a league vote. And I'm like, no, you didn't set it up like that. So now you're adding rules to it. And I got really pissed and I'm like, where are you? Like I'm typing on my computer.
You're ready to go.
Like we're going through the chat, the chat portion of it. And it's getting heated. And I'm like, you know what? Just to solve everything, let's just meet somewhere. Wherever you're at, I'll come to your house. We'll invite the whole league. Like it gets heated. Fantasy football can get
Would you have
heated.
fought him?
Yeah, well, he was a longtime friend, mostly of my cousin, but
that's never stopped you.
at that point when I was in that moment, yeah, I probably would have
Yeah.
because I was really mad.
Yeah.
because he was trying to steamroll me because he had a good team, and I was making my team a lot better getting rid of McFadden, knowing that he was going to flop.
If it was Tommy Pham, would you have fought him? Because I wouldn't.
Probably not.
That dude's scary.
He's not in my league.
Well, I know. I'm just saying in general.
Well, to get pissed off about that a year later to smack somebody while at the same time you walked away from 10 Gs, the same league?
Yeah.
Like,
just who cares?
I mean, a couple marbles floating around.
He tried to fight somebody at the beginning of the season. He called him out.
Who did?
Tommy Pham.
Really?
He told some guy, I've got keys to a gym here in town. Let's go. If you want to keep talking, let's go.
All right.
He got stabbed, 2 years ago? Like, I'm not messing with that guy. So Jock Peterson made the right decision by just
taking the slap, just taking the bitch shot.
I just thought it was funny. I thought it was funny. It's a great story.
Yeah.
And it just proves how legit crazy fantasy football can get.
Yeah, no, I've got more stories, but we don't have time because we're going to bring on
We got a phone call.
caller.
Yeah. We got a surprise phone call for y'all.
Another Madarin.
Is it?
He lives in Kingsburg now. We're going to bring Adam Hughes on, also known as Haas. So let's bring him on, Jake.
Okay, buddy. Gotcha, boss.
Thank you. Correct. Oh. Hey, you didn't answer. We tried you twice, Adam, and you didn't answer.
I was going to leave you a message.
That's not my fault. It's
very special.
It's one of the cell phone covers.
Well, it is your phone.
It could be your phone. I don't know.
Hey, say hi to Bernsey. He's here too.
What's up, brother? How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you, Haas?
Good. Long time no talk, man.
I know.
Well, thanks for calling in, buddy. What do you got for us, man?
Just wanted to touch on a little bit on the Fresno State football schedule this year. You guys had a chance to look at it much?
I have.
Yes,
I have.
Yep.
We haven't really talked enough about Fresno State football.
Well, we will in the next month or so.
Yeah, it's coming up. I mean, the thing that I saw that was coming up that was pretty cool is every game is going to be nationally televised this year. So that's one of the big things for the program this year, which they haven't had before.
Yeah, the dogs are getting some respect finally, huh, Haas?
Finally, man. Ever since my days running around the field over there,
Exactly.
but not as a player.
No, Haas was a cheerleader for Fresno State, right?
No, not a cheerleader. I was the mascot.
Oh, that's right. You were the mascot.
Yeah, Timeout.
He was Timeout.
Nice.
Okay.
You get the fuck out
I
of
did
here.
not know that.
No, I knew that. I was
Why
just trying
couldn't
to. I was trying to make a joke here, but Haas didn't. He didn't bite.
This is the best cheerleader they got.
How hot does it get under there?
Well, during the games in the summer, I would lose probably, at least 5 pounds just in water weight by running around.
So
there was a couple games in.
Did you ever make road trip? You went on road trips, right?
Yeah, my favorite year was the year that we got up to the number 8 ranking. I went to Wisconsin, and the year before that, I can't remember if it was the year before or after. I got to go to Oregon. I think it was the year after. But I went out to Wisconsin with that trip, and the Wisconsin band, they picked me up and were running me into the opposing goalpost over there. Like I was just like a battering ram. It was pretty funny.
My favorite part about this is going to be putting Timeout on the screen of this.
Yes.
Yeah.
Not his picture. Now, how excited? Fuck that. Whatever we were going to talk about. Let's just stay right here.
Yeah, let's stay here.
Were you? Was the Duck at Oregon doing all the push-ups back then?
I don't remember. I don't think he was doing a ton of push-ups back then, but
wasn't Timeout does
Timeout
push-ups
does
at
it with the
home, I've seen.
ROTC guys.
Yeah.
yeah, we do. I did all the push-ups that year for all the games that I did. There was a couple other guys that would do it, but yeah, when we would throw up big points on some of those opponents, man, it was a lot of work.
Oh, I bet.
Did you ever
Haas, you were a very fit man then.
then?
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you still fit, Haas? I haven't seen you in a while.
I'm not as fit, but I'm
Okay,
trying
me
to get
either.
back to being fit. There might be another tryout for Timeout here coming up pretty soon. I might throw my hat back in the ring.
Nice.
Another question, real quick.
Yeah.
I know Jeff's trying to get this thing rolled along, but how do you even get that gig?
So I did it in high school I was a Madera Coyote with me and about 2 or 3 other guys. And so they had an opening. They didn't have anybody trying out. And somebody told me about it. So I was like, hey, I can go do that. And they'll pay scholarship. So I went and did it. They gave me a scholarship for like 3 years.
No shit.
Yeah.
That's the way to do it.
Wait, I didn't know
Wait a
this.
second. Wait a second. Why are you not in here with us right now? What are you doing?
It's my wife's birthday tomorrow. We have dinner planned tonight. So
That's
I
like
couldn't
literally the
get
only
out on
excuse that
Yeah.
that makes it okay.
that. Yeah.
He thought it up today.
Yeah. I know.
No, actually, he told me yesterday that he couldn't do it.
So
because
wait
of
a
that.
second. Wait a second. You you were on Scully.
Yep.
Keep going.
They did.
Continue.
Yeah, it was on they paid scholarship at the time. They paid for your books, and then they paid you like per appearance when you go out and do community gigs. You get like a small stipend for showing up. So it was kind of just like a part-time job too. whenever you had to
That's
show up.
awesome.
Hey, this is going to be on YouTube. You're going to have to watch this, Haas, because the
I'm
looks on
blown
our
away.
faces are
I'm fucking blown
Crazy.
away.
Yeah.
Because like baseball players don't even get full scholarships. You have actual people.
Timeout
competing.
does, though.
Timeout.
Timeout,
It
baby.
pays more to be fucking
Kids,
timeout.
Be timeout.
Go be a mascot.
Yep. Good for
Yeah, it
you,
was
Haas.
great, but and I don't know how it was paid for through some, through the university or who it was from, but it was through like the cheer team too. I don't even know if the cheerleaders got scholarships.
This is just getting better.
Yes.
This is one of the best stories
Yeah.
I've ever, in my 39 years of existence, have ever heard. This is fantastic.
No, but those years that I got to do it, man, if you think back with Hart and when we had Derek Carr, or not Derek, we had David Carr and just those teams was unbelievable, man, just to be part of that whole time period was just down on the field or on the sidelines at the
Son of a
basketball games. Or,
Yeah.
You weren't just doing football.
Yeah,
It was a year-round gig.
yeah, he had a
You
year-round
had the
gig.
best seat in the house. And nobody,
I had
you didn't have to talk to nobody?
Hey, did you ever have to shoot from half court?
I did. I never had to. I mean, I would go out. I got
That a boy.
So they used to do like the William Tell dance, like where you'd hear that dun, 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 dun,
Yeah.
dun, that song at the end of the basketball game, and then Timeout would come out and do a big belly flop in the middle of the court. And they stopped doing that at some point in the last 10, 15 years. I don't know when, but I do that and I just do dumb stuff, jump on the scorer's table or where the announcers were at, and I'd pick up the ball and I'd throw it at the basket. One time I hit the shot clock and it almost broke it, and they were not happy. The refs came over and got mad at me. But, yeah. There's a million
awesome.
stories.
Do you ever have? This is fantastic. I'm so pissed that you're literally not sitting in front of us.
In the mascot
I will come
outfit.
in. I will come in one of the next ones.
Do you have any? Did you get to keep maybe a head or anything?
No, I mean, no. They always
Paw?
check them in and
Something?
check them out. Yeah.
How bad was it with the kids? Did you get harassed?
No, kids love it, man. But the funniest part is when you're taking pictures with the kids, I still smiled underneath the costume. Yeah.
Oh, and did your head ever fly off on accident? Did you ever any horror stories?
No heads. I had my foot fly off when I was doing like a backhand spring in the middle of the court on a
Wait, so you
basketball
were
game.
doing all the flips and stuff too?
Yeah, not big ones, but I could do like a one
Not
or two
big.
backhand spring.
Flips. It
Dude,
doesn't
no,
matter
yeah.
the size of the flip. You were in a costume doing flips.
On hard
Did you
ground.
ever get any fights? I know that Timeout got in some fights before with other mascots.
I did. I got in a fight with Boise State's mascot, but he was a little guy.
That was
and
it.
he
Now that
just
was an
kinda
infamous fight. That's why I said that, because I'm pretty sure I was there when that one happened.
Yeah, I got in some trouble for that one too.
I had a boy, Haas.
This is where all your dreams can come true, kids.
Yeah.
I don't even. Can we just fucking wrap this up? Do we even need to keep going? What you wanted to talk about the football program though?
the schedule?
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I didn't mean to hold this back there. The schedule.
So what's your prediction, Haas, for the year?
Well, I was looking at it, and I think they got a shot at being 10-2 with a realistic shot of being 11-1, with the kickers being either USC or Boise. I think they can take one of the two.
Boise's
know
in
which one.
Fresno this year.
No,
it's
Boise's
on the
at
road.
Boise, yeah.
we're on the road at Boise.
And the SC, like I'm got my hopes up, man.
USC's got 14 transfers, all from big schools, 8 projected starters.
But hey, recently though too, they've had some.
Yeah.
Like you got to prepare, right? You got to be synced to the playbook. There's some chemistry that needs to happen. This team that Fresno State's bringing back has all that under a full year's experience.
Oh yeah,
a great head coach. I don't put it past them to beat USC.
I hope they do, man.
Real good experience coming back with, Jalen Cropper and Jordan Mims and Hayner. I mean, they got a good core of guys coming back. They could score quick, but USC, like you're saying, Lincoln Riley's got to get all these big personalities to gel real quick. And I don't know, we might catch them sleeping after they play Stanford in week 2. So
yeah,
very good point. Are you gonna be making that trip?
I will. What I was going to tell you guys what we should do, we should get a Watch Your Lips tailgate for one of these games at home, and then you guys could do a live broadcast out there.
Done.
And then get some people going.
Done.
Yeah,
Sold.
For sure.
I don't know how we could do live. We have to figure the internet part of that out. But either way, we don't even have to podcast. We can just watch your lips in the fucking parking lot and just
exactly
throw some peanuts at them, a couple hats.
Yeah, just throw up a couple of video cameras and just watch the debauchery ensue, and then cut the parts you don't want.
I was thinking about the televised thing. You brought up being televised this season, and there is a lot of hype around this team. We've seen that happen before, and then the following year, it's like these guys, they're not marketable. And hopefully with Tedford that doesn't happen.
I don't think it's going to. I'm kind of with Haas. I think it's 11. I think it's 11-1. We're going to steamroll Oregon State and UConn. I'm not worried about either one of those teams. The 2 games he mentioned, USC and Boise, are going to be tough. We'll win one of those games.
When is that
Boise.
game?
I don't think it's going to be USC.
What part of the year is that? Closer to the winter time?
Boise's like middle of the pack, I think.
As far as schedule wise, like what point?
It's like 5th game.
I'm just trying to think of like with the weather there. I've been there when it's borderline snowing.
No, it'll be probably October, maybe
early
November.
October.
Shouldn't be too bad at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I like that. I like the optimism. 11-1. I'm going 11-1.
Who's the last game they play? Because that's always a rough one for Fresno State.
Probably some
San Jose State.
San Jose State or Hawaii.
Yeah. I feel like they always struggle in that last game, especially when they have
I think it's like UNLV
season.
or something. They finish with UNLV, maybe.
I mean, last year it seemed like a few of those games were struggles.
Hopefully, I think you hit the nail on the head with Tedford. I think that will be a big game changer. I feel like he's solid.
Yeah.
He's like the quarterback guru, man.
Yeah.
You put him with Hayner, and that's why Hayner stayed. He knows. He can work his magic, man. Wyoming's the last game I'm looking at right now.
It's kind of why he stayed. I was pretty critical of that decision.
Jake is not a...
Well, he transferred once, so you can't transfer again technically. I'm not sure, and he didn't graduate, so he couldn't be a grad transfer. So he really didn't have a choice but to come back. As far as I know, as I understand. I want him.
He's a dog.
He is a dog.
Yeah.
That's all I'm just saying that's what, as I understand the rules, that's the rules.
Yes.
You don't think, of course I want him to have a badass season and not a bad, I mean that in a good way.
Yeah.
I want to win.
Badass means good.
Dogs first,
Go Dogs.
I'm just saying,
it definitely means good, Cox.
Haas, when are we going to have you on, man? When are you going to come into the studio?
Let me know about a couple days before, and I'll make some time when it's not my.
What are you doing next week?
I'm open next week.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah, we will.
And we maybe ought to make that trip, do a little road trip with Watch Your Lips down to that SC game.
I think we should.
Should we do it in the car on the way down there?
Huh. Be awesome.
We could do any.
Do it.
We could actually do it, and we could do it live.
We could do it.
Funny.
I just want more mascot stories. That's all.
I would love to see Haas running in the mascot suit right to the camera. That'd be amazing.
Oh God.
We're going to get him here.
Actually doing a somersault to it. What do you think, Jake?
That's pretty dangerous if his legs are up to it.
Yeah, but he's timeout.
I don't know if my knees could hold up.
I mean, it's not old school, bro. You gotta fucking light a hoop on fire.
That's exactly what I was thinking. Oh, I love it.
This guy's trying to do some dangerous
Haas,
shit.
Haas, we talked about before we let you go, we had the Jock Peterson and Tommy Pham spat over fantasy football. Do you have any stories in fantasy football where it got a little heated? I know you and I are in a league together. We've never gotten a fight
yet.
No, I mean, the league we're in together, I mean, it's a dynasty league now. It's pretty well respected with guys we know. Brett's in that league. He's been on the show before. I mean, nothing. I think we all understand the rules. I think what the problem is when you have a commissioner that's not real engaged and doesn't explain stuff at the beginning of the season.
Are you calling out Mike Trout?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well,
are you telling him to pick his shit up? Is that what you're doing?
He's a 5-tool player, but he's obviously not a 5-tool player in fantasy.
No.
You know,
Attaboy, Haas. I agree.
Hey, go Yodis, by the way.
Go Yodi.
That's right.
Go Yodis.
That's right.
And if you don't know, figure it out. I'm so excited right now.
Yeah, you've got him beaming, man.
Yeah.
Well, let's talk about Kevin and Jeff's water polo days when we get there too.
Oh, so. now you got to save some of the gold. That just means Burns got to come back.
You got any stories though, Haas? Because I've got one that I remember.
Well, I've got some good stories, man. You guys are great guys. So.
Well, thank you.
You're a good man.
You are too.
You are too.
All right, gentlemen. Well, I will let you wrap it up, and I can't wait to listen to this.
Yeah, or watch it.
Hey, well, thanks for supporting us, Adam. We appreciate it, man. You're a good friend, and a good dude, so we appreciate it.
Yeah, I'm coming to get my hat next week, so you might have no choice but to put me on.
Yeah,
there you go, buddy.
As you wear it, we're good.
All right, gentlemen. I'll talk to you later. Thanks.
All right. See you, buddy.
See you, man.
Bye.
Dude, that's fucking
awesome.
That's so good, bro.
So I didn't want to tell you everything because I talked to him before. I mean, he didn't mention anything about timeout or any of that, but I knew all that because we were in school together when he was doing it. But for him to bring up that, it kind of got your ears glowing, dude.
Bro.
Your ears were glowing.
Yeah.
They were like a lime yellow.
It was like something. It's like getting my something to just quench my thirst right there, bro. It's so good.
Yeah,
love it.
Not
every day you get to talk to a mascot.
The smile on your face was priceless. I hope you looked at that camera.
It's almost as good as talking to a professional athlete, as far as I'm concerned.
You get a scholarship.
Can you believe that shit?
A scholarship.
That I didn't know.
Books. Your books.
Even that.
Making road trips.
Yeah.
And nobody knows you're.
But Haas has always been smart in knowing how to get ahead.
Yep.
So he's done a good job there. Obviously, he's doing well in his life, and he's a good dude. So I appreciate him. All right. Hey, Johnny Depp though won an argument against a woman.
Yeah, that was a great meme you sent.
It was good.
Yeah. The meme I sent to these guys was Johnny Depp is the first man to ever win an argument against a woman. This morning, I sent that to him.
Is he going to get his money?
No. Her net worth, I saw, is like
negative 10 million now.
No, yeah,
so
exactly.
You put all this
negative.
But is it to be like exonerated? Is it worth more?
Well, he won the court of public opinion, right? He made his comeback. Everybody doesn't think what they thought about Johnny Depp before, if they thought bad things.
Yeah.
Everybody thinks he's a weirdo, but
I'll be honest.
At least they think he's a weirdo that doesn't beat up his chick.
Yeah.
And then you look at this.
But here's the thing:
if there's a time to make a movie, now is the time to make a movie.
Yeah,
Let's be real. Strike while the iron's hot, right? You know what I'm saying?
But he proved his case. His lawyers were phenomenal.
Dude,
man.
what's her name?
Is that his
Camille
girlfriend?
Vasquez.
Is that his
no,
girlfriend?
that's not his girlfriend.
All I can say is if anything ever happens to me, I don't care what it costs.
Oh yeah, she's a bulldog. Now you know who she is, right?
Johnny Cochran.
Because I told you.
She's going down in history like that, bro.
Yeah.
No, she is going to go down in history. I predict
it wasn't even
that she's
a criminal case. Sorry.
No, I predict she's going to open her own firm. Because she works for a private firm now. Like, dude, she could have more business.
Bro, she may not have to be an attorney much longer.
Exactly. She won't be.
She'll
in the
be doing
courtroom.
something else. Oh, here's her TV show.
Mm-hmm.
Right, the sky, dude.
Yeah.
The the way she went at it, bro, like that whole thing, like I wasn't into it.
And
I saw some clips here and there, and Jeff's like, "Dude, you gotta watch this stuff." And like,
She murdered her on the stand.
just the whole thing.
She really did.
did
the
she? I only
whole-
read about it. I
Even
didn't
Johnny
watch it.
Depp on the stand and like his shit-eating grins and
Right.
his remarks back to her attorney, like, it's-
Well, no. When my favorite was when they would object to when he was answering stuff. He would argue back with the attorneys,
Yeah.
and he's like, "Oh, do you know? Were you there? Do you know that it hasn't ruined my
But
life?"
that just shows what like wealth and power makes you do in front of like none of us are sitting in a courtroom doing
I mean,
that.
Well-
he won, right? He won. But
No,
like,
he won
Yeah.
$15 million.
I know. I'm
That's the
saying,
verdict.
I'm talking about like beyond the money.
Yes, I
Yes, he
think
won.
he with
100%.
I don't
Dude,
think
But
he's
do they
ever
both
gonna-
look?
Yeah, they both look like psychos, like you were saying, right?
Yeah.
In that other episode, they
Like,
look
I'm saying the ultimate
crazy.
winner is
us.
us, the viewers.
Well,
the viewer.
the defense team for Amber Heard like said, well, they were talking about appeal and all this stuff, but what are you going to appeal? Like,
Yeah.
We're gonna do this. We're gonna run it back.
You're going to run it back again? You're going to get slaughtered again? Like, you're going
Fire
to
it
go
up,
through
dude.
the slaughterhouse?
Just fire it up.
Like, well, for
Here's
what?
how you know how great it was, right? This is how you know, like, people just ate it up.
Loved it.
They went into like deliberation the day one of deliberation, and on YouTube there was a channel carrying like, oh, its verdict is coming. There's nothing. There's no courtroom going on. It's like three ladies talking about the case. There was over 500,000 people watching it live.
Well,
That's how this is how much
No.
gold it was.
I was one of the 500,000.
I mean, so was
I'll
I.
be
That's how I
honest.
knew it was.
I watched the whole thing.
But
I watched all of it, and she got destroyed. And she had one witness come in person that wasn't an expert witness, that was her sister. He had like 15.
Yeah.
And then they're
Kate Moss came on.
saying, well, I mean, the whole reason we lost was it was all publicized. I mean, there were cameras in there. It was like,
but the jury doesn't see
Wouldn't
any
that
of that
make it
stuff,
worse?
though.
Wouldn't it make it worse
They're
for
like-
him after everybody heard those stories that she
Exactly.
was saying?
But his team did a really good job of flipping the script, whether he did it or not,
Dude,
to where he looked like he didn't do anything.
Ms. Vasquez,
There you go.
she was money, bro.
Bulldog.
Money,
She's a bulldog.
money, so good.
But anyway, if
Good
there's
time.
any
Well, just-
Johnny Depp fans out there,
yeah,
he won. I'm sure you guys all know by now. $15 million.
Does
She
that
didn't
do
win.
anything for him?
I think it's a nice
monetarily.
cushion for his drug addiction.
Well,
Probably.
that can last a year for
hey,
that.
don't
huh?
get sued, Jeff. Hey, don't get sued. Watch your mouth. Watch your lips, Jeff.
Okay, edit that.
never, because Johnny Depp's
Hundreds
not.
of thousands of listeners.
No, but honestly, I mean, it's going to help him. I mean, he hasn't got a movie in what, 2 years? 2 or 3 years?
Don't know.
He's just been binging.
I was pro Johnny though, like the whole time. I knew she was lying. You could tell she was
Well,
lying.
yeah, she seems, a
She's
bit
full of shit.
Skeezy.
Like I said, I've only ever seen her in Pineapple Express.
Yeah,
Well,
I don't even remember her in the
And then
show.
her exit speech was like, I let down every woman in America that's ever been abused.
Well, didn't she time
You didn't prove that you were abused.
I mean, you dropped the deuce.
Yeah,
you
on
took a
his
shit in his bed.
Didn't she time her article?
Like,
with
even women were probably like,
Aquaman?
Jesus.
But you know what though?
If
Good thing
that's happening,
she didn't put it on the pillow.
Oh, I thought
That would
she
have been
did.
worse. No, it was like mid bed.
Why
Do
why
you ever sleep in that bed
Wait,
again if you're Johnny Depp?
Why does it matter whether it's fucking pillow or mid bed? Oh, well, at least it wasn't my pillow.
I
You
would.
just-
It would be better
not
on the
my
pillow.
pillow.
Then you
Took a
could throw the
shit
pillow out
in the
instead of the
bed.
bed.
And it's not like if I ever did that, if my wife would be like, well, at least you didn't shit on the pillow.
Hey, you've never wrapped
That's
up
not
the,
a response.
You've never
Jeff.
wrapped up the sheets and just
Yeah, but it's
Take
got to
them and
seep
dump.
through.
I'm
It's
just saying.
seeping through
All
onto
right,
the
so
mattress.
if you shit on your bed, okay,
okay.
would your wife be like, well, at least you didn't shit on the pillows? You would
I don't
be
know.
on that couch upstairs. You wouldn't be in the bed.
Probably.
Yeah.
I wouldn't shit in my bed.
You'd pee in it though.
Do we need to talk
haven't
about
done
where
that either.
Have we? I don't even know if we've done that. Have we like the couch upstairs reference? Have we told the people what that is? It doesn't need to be an inside joke anymore if you don't want it to be. Does it matter?
Depends on what you say.
Did I just slam on the brakes and bring this whole
you
thing
got
to
it.
a
You did.
screeching
You just
halt?
went
You did.
serious.
Okay, my bad.
Go ahead and
So
tell the
say it.
audience now.
I don't remember.
It's your joke.
We sound like my kids.
Oh yeah, this is what happened.
Jesus.
If we haven't told us, all right, I called Jeff and I said, "Hey, what are you doing?" I'm on the couch. And I said, "Oh, okay." We kept talking, and then he said something like, "I'm upstairs." I'm like, "Wait a second, are you got a couch
No,
upstairs?"
dude.
Well, fucking then help me out here.
That's not what happened. I said I'm upstairs watching TV.
Yeah.
You're like, you got a couch upstairs?
No. You said you were on the couch. You told me that, and I was like, "Wait a second."
No, you asked me, are you on the couch?
And you
I
said-
said, no, I'm upstairs.
No. And then you said you were on a couch.
We're going to sit
at
here.
Do
some
you
point
have a
about it.
couch upstairs?
No.
That was the point.
You
Like my point was I want to have that kind of money to have a couch upstairs, laying down watching TV on a couch. It was a joke.
That
It
would
was,
be-
it was a
yeah.
bad joke. I'm so sorry
a
to
bad
everybody
joke.
watching and listening.
Yeah.
It's not even funny anymore. Son of a bitch.
No. Can't use it again.
Hey, getting to why Burnsy's here.
Oh,
We had the match between Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers, Josh Allen, and Pat Mahomes. Anybody watch that, by the way? Why do you do that midweek? Just curious.
yeah, that was terrible.
I watched a little bit of the highlights.
I forgot when it was on.
It was like Wednesday. I think it was like Wednesday.
Yeah, I didn't
Well,
watch.
Josh Allen was trolling him.
The trash talk.
But he
force.
lost, right? They
Yes,
lost.
they lost.
Yeah.
They lost on a walk-off putt,
Like
basically.
15-footer.
From Aaron Rodgers. And
Well,
Tom
the
Brady.
amount-
Did you see him do the
The
Tiger
fizz-
Woods?
oh, yeah.
He did the Tiger
Did he?
Woods
Yeah.
at the
I
end.
love
There's some clips on YouTube. Go watch it. It's all the trash talk. Period. It's so funny. It's good stuff. But it's a great idea. I love it. But why in the middle of the week?
Yeah.
I think the last one was on a weekend with
Yes.
Tiger Woods and I forget.
It was the last one was DeChambeau,
DeChambeau.
Koepka, and then Aaron Rodgers or
and
something.
Brady again.
Was it Brady?
Yeah, Brady
too?
was in it also.
And that was all manufactured. All that hate and all that was between Koepka and DeChambeau.
I don't know if it's manufactured.
Well, not manufactured, but it definitely got
I
inflated.
mean, he just gave an interview. I think it was on Barstool about like it wasn't
No, I know.
like now it's civil.
But the PGA Tour is paying these guys now to have this presence.
Yes,
out
you
there.
saw
So,
that.
yeah,
you saw. This.
yeah.
Okay.
So there's that part.
Burnsy's a big golf fan.
Love golf.
It was, it was. I just think the midweek thing was a little crazy.
Yeah.
It's a great idea. I hope that continues. Just
I wish that the PGA Tour would go back to match play for certain things. Not every week, but in the lull of maybe in the wintertime when golf isn't real big. Go back to some match play. That's what they used to do back in the day. Even when we were kids, they were doing that. And that was fascinating. I think that the head-to-head, I think that's the challenge with golf is they show so many different players at all times at different spots in the tournament. It's hard to really, unless you really love golf, and I do, and I watch a lot of it, but it's hard to get behind something. I watched college golf during this week because it was the national championship, and it's fantastic. They're playing match play. They're going head-to-head. You watch the ebbs and flows of a game, essentially, and I think that PGA Tour is missing out on that.
yeah, I think to get more people into the game, to do things different from here, from time to time is a great idea.
Yeah.
You should integrate a Saudi league.
Well, one thing before we get there, before we go there, I was watching
Really mess things
watching the match. The one thing that because these are football players playing golf,
Right. And they're good.
would you have stood 30 yards down to the right, 40 yards down?
Not with them.
Right?
Nope.
I'm seeing guys lined up down the fairways. I'm like, I would scare
They're
the
not
shit out of
professional
me.
golfers.
No, I'd be killing people.
Yeah.
I
too.
shank a shot every round I play.
I would have quit. I would
He
have
shakes
stopped.
one. I shake four. How many do you shake?
Well, that was to make myself look better.
I mean, pretty much every one. Pretty much every shot.
Yeah,
is, I'm
nobody's
looking
safe.
for a ball pretty much every swing.
Right.
Except when I'm putting.
Hey, did anybody see my ball?
Yeah,
Hey, did you see
time limit.
Hey,
Time limit.
the
You guys
gopher
paying
hole?
attention where my ball went?
Hey, Burnsy.
No, we weren't.
go
Sorry,
for a hole.
Jake.
Jeff, can I borrow a ball? I'm a foot wedge kind of guy.
Yeah.
He is a foot.
I always
wedge
play
guy.
in the second shot open is what I call it. My
You're
uncle
great at it.
My uncle calls it that. The second shot open is what it is.
I love it.
I love it.
I love it.
But you brought up what is it? What is it
Live.
called? Live.
L-I-V.
No, but
Because
it's the Saudi
whatever.
International League.
We were gonna hit on this, but we
The
don't.
name is Live.
But
Yes.
that's the current tour they're going on
That's
in
what
London.
that's what it's called.
The Live, LIV is what it's called. It's backed by the Saudis, right? It's a Saudi-backed league, essentially.
All right. And Greg Norman's heading this up,
Yes.
right? The Shark,
Yep.
But there's
the
like
CEO and commissioner.
people pissed about this. Like it's
Yeah.
not.
Well, we're going to have different views on this. I already know.
Look,
Just
he
knowing
points at
Burns.
me. He points at me.
Well, he points at you because you're the guy that watches this more than both of us,
right.
and
I think.
No, I watch golf.
Well, I think you're going to be surprised because So Dustin Johnson,
yes,
one of the huge names on the PGA
Yes.
Tour, 3 months ago came out and said, "Oh, I don't want to talk about this anymore. I'm committed to the best tour on the planet, the best golf, which was the PGA Tour." 3 months ago.
Yeah, February. You're right.
Yep. And then the Live comes out and announces their 42, 45 players for this first tournament, and who's on it? Dustin Johnson. And
Well-
why is he on it, Cox?
Well, he's on it because they offered him $125 million to play on the tour. He hasn't even won a tournament yet, and they're giving him $125
yeah, it's like
million.
appearance fees.
Yeah, I don't know how that's going to be like distributed to him, but it could be upwards to $150 million. Pretty easy for Dustin Johnson to
Yes.
say yes to the Saudi league, right?
when there's no money guaranteed in the PGA,
Correct.
other than your
So you're
endorsements.
getting
Endorsements, and he's
But
losing those.
RBC already pulled.
I mean,
theirs.
whatever. That's fine.
No,
They're going
I-
to match what they're going to pay him.
I agree. So if you're Dustin Johnson, you're 37, 38 years old, you go make money, right? You're
married to Gretzky.
I mean, you have generational wealth at that point.
Another
Well,
positive.
I mean,
right?
Which is, for him, it's great.
it's over a certain amount of years.
What, for
if
being
you're-
married to Gretzky or being in the,
All of the above.
Okay.
If you're
What would
20
you rather have,
but
the
if
money
you're
or
20
Gretzky?
Why are you guys looking at me? Both. I want both. I'm selfish.
Sorry.
Selfish, sorry. Want them both.
Do you think
Okay.
she encouraged him to go?
When you get a
Whoa.
$125 million check offered to you,
Yeah.
yeah, your wife's probably going to influence you to say,
Well, here's the
I
thing.
know you just said this 3 months ago, but we could get $125 million.
Yeah.
So he's like,
And then
no,
you
you're
can,
right.
he can win, I think it's like $4 million per tournament, which
Well,
that's the majors.
I
here.
think
And I
I
mean,
think the big and
there's-
you haven't said yet is there's only 8 tournaments?
Yeah.
yeah, but there's not a lot of huge names either. I mean, you got
Who
Sergio
cares?
Garcia, which
Kevin
old.
Na,
Yeah,
Ian
so
Poulter.
that is where I was going with this. If
Taylor
you're,
Gooch,
he's the younger guy. He's
Lee
the outlier.
Westwood, Schwartzel,
So who's the outlier?
Phil?
Phil Mickelson.
No, Taylor Gooch. He's young.
Yeah, sure.
So
sure.
if you're young, if you're Justin Thomas, you're Jordan Spieth, are you taking that 125 million and being okay? Because on the other side, Jay Monahan, the commissioner, has said, if you go play in that, we're not going to let you go, and you're banned from the PGA Tour, right? So do you take that risk if you're younger for 125 million? The top players like
Kind
that.
of goes back to the NIL deal. I mean, they're chasing money again.
I mean,
Like, no,
for
and-
for
and-
8 for
but-
100 million
No, but-
and
no.
8 tournaments, I'm telling the PGA to
course.
go pound sand.
But,
But
here's my thing. This is why it bothers me. The PGA Tour has been in business for how long? Longer than we've been born, right? And they come in and they have this money and they're throwing it out there and they're throwing it to good players and they're leaving for money. So your whole goal when you were a kid, I want to be on the PGA Tour.
Yep.
The Saudi Tour wasn't even thought of. Well, here's where money changes the game, like everything else. Right?
But if we go to
now
other
you're offered
sports,
more money, so you go where the money is.
But in other sports,
Jeff, I'm going to
have
pay you
said-
$100 million to play.
And I would go to the Saudi
Okay.
league. I'm not saying I wouldn't go.
They called me,
but
by
I'm
the way.
saying
Is
this
the problem competition for the PGA? Is that
No,
what-
competition's at all-time high.
The
Is that
problem-
what you're saying?
I'm talking about the PGA competing with another organization.
well, yeah,
Right, the European Tour and the
European Tour
and
is
the
part
Asian
of the-
Tour. That's
they're
all
part of
PGA.
Yeah,
So they're not. There's nobody competing against the PGA.
exactly. It's a monopoly on golf.
Sure, but understand this. that if the NFL said, okay, we're going to take half of our players and we're going to start another league, the AFL, right? And we're going to take half of the guys that are on rosters currently, and we're going to pay them X, and they're all going to come over here. It ruins the whole concept of what we've all known growing up.
So I don't think that the issue
Football's,
right now,
to me, football's a bad one to go to because the overhead of football
Anything,
is so
take
expensive.
anything.
But the
It doesn't
issue-
matter. Take any sport. If you take
the
any
overhead,
big
again,
affiliate,
the overhead is too much. The stadiums, the
you're
amount
missing
of play.
the point, though.
Well,
The biggest, take the
why do you
biggest
think?
affiliate.
Why do you think other leagues that have gone up against the NFL don't make it? They're not sustainable.
Right.
They can't afford to compete
Right.
against the NFL.
And we're going to find out if the Saudi league can, right? But the next best thing could come up. If they've got a lot of money and they're putting it out there to all these kids and they're really talented, they're going to go regardless of what sport it is.
So there's a kid that was playing for Arizona State. His name is Puig. I don't remember his first name, like David Puig. It's spelled like Puig. Yasiel Puig.
David Spooge.
Spooge. Spooger.
Or Pooch, sorry.
Yeah, whatever. However you want to say it. So he got invited to go play over there, and he's going to go play because he said, I don't think that my prospects here with trying to – he's going to maintain amateur status, he said, but he's going to go play over there to get exposure.
Okay, but
I think that that's good. I think that that's part of it is good.
Also, the PGA, to maintain your card, you have to be in a certain rank, right? Top 120, 125?
Yeah, I think it's 125.
Here's the problem that I have.
So
with
he's
the
got
Saudi
that
league.
up against to go against too.
Yeah.
And not guaranteed money.
Yeah, but still. Okay, so in the Saudi league, you've got, the 18th, 2018, 2019, 2020, and 2021 amateur winners that are on this card. They couldn't make the PGA? Is that why they're doing this?
Well, I think
they
the
also don't have
PGA
cuts
is-
here either. There's
yeah,
no-
and the
there's
PGA
no cut.
is so
You have 41 guys in the pool.
exactly, and
But there's no
everybody's
cut.
going to make the cut. Of course, because there's only
Exactly.
41.
It's guaranteed money.
on the PGA
There's
Tour,
no guarantee you make a
over
cut.
150
Okay, how
plus
is that
every tournament.
sustainable? For an organization, how is that
To
sustainable?
pay the money?
They
yeah,
I
obviously-
think that's where the issue lies.
is they have the money.
The
Money is not a problem.
but that's
in this.
where the issue lies with this, and why people have such a problem is where the money's
where the
coming
money's
from.
coming from.
And that's the issue.
That's the issue.
And that's why
That's-
Phil Mickelson got shredded because
Right.
I mean he hasn't been
Yeah, but who's
seen or
pushing back
talked
on
to.
F1? F1 has a race
No,
there.
No,
and
but
who's
hang-
pushing back on our government?
Who's pushing
We're going
back on
to
the UFC? The UFC's had matches there.
Our government's going to Saudi right now to get
Hey,
oil,
But
so that
back,
we can
back
get gas
to Phil
prices lower.
Mickelson, though, he is not on the list currently, but he's not excluded either. They're talking that he may play in this.
So do you think that if these guys like Dustin Johnson, Phil Mickelson play in this league, that they will keep them out of the majors, the Masters, PGA Championship,
Yeah.
U.S. Open, and the Open?
They should be.
But that's not part of the PGA, except the PGA Championship. The U.S. Open is USGA, so it's
It's
a
a
different
PGA governed PGA
No, it's
governed
US,
event,
it's
right?
USGA and RNA, so the European rules. That's a U.S. Open, and then the Open, which used to be the British Open, is a RNA. I think maybe the USGA Masters. I don't know who regulates that, but it's not PGA.
So you're saying like any freelancer can come in and play for this if
On
he's
the-
a USGA member and
Well,
he
you gotta
no.
qualify to
Yeah,
get the
no.
Masters, correct?
What I'm saying
on
is
the
he
majors,
qualified.
on the majors. Yeah, I don't think that they should be excluded. I don't think that I think that the PGA Tour is doing themselves a disservice by drawing or putting the line in the sand. I think that they should allow this. It's more exposure for the game. Do I agree with how the Saudi league's back? Probably not. But
Again, but that's what I'm saying. Who's pushing back on Formula One? Nobody. Who's
no,
pushing
and
back
that's
on
the
the
problem.
UFC?
And I guarantee if we really
And what
dig
is
down
what is
into
the
a lot
what
of-
is the PGA losing by? And I know they're having a few, I think 3 or 4 tournaments in the States
yeah.
out of the 8. But like they just had one, and the first one was in London, right?
Yeah, that's when, and it's
Other
next
than
week.
some players not being in the PGA event,
Right.
what did they lose?
They're terrified of a
Exactly.
new
What I'm
league.
saying, did the audience, did the crowds, was it not as big this last weekend? Did they
Well, they
competed?
haven't-
No,
They
it's
haven't
coming
done
up
it.
this
Is
weekend.
this weekend?
Next
Okay.
weekend.
Okay.
Yeah.
I guess we'll have to see.
I highly doubt it's going to affect
To me, it's the
attendance.
PGA sweating bullets.
Exactly. And
I
because
get the argument of where the money's coming from.
right.
But here's something like a contract for, we've talked about Deebo Samuel a lot, right? Is there a contract for a Dustin Johnson
in the PGA?
in the
Not with
PGA Tour?
No, but it's all
'Cause
endorsements.
No,
They all
I
make
know.
it off of that.
So apparently he can go wherever he wants.
Well, they have to
Right.
grant
So
a
there's
waiver.
no-
So just like when you join a country club, they're part of the PGA
No,
Tour.
I get that. So
So yeah, there's probably
have to apply-
something that
They
they
okay,
all
but
had to
why
apply.
is it so easy for these guys to jump ship?
It's really not. They have to ask for approval from the PGA
and they're not
Tour,
granting
and they're
it.
not granting it.
So they're just
Well, they granted 42 of
No,
them.
no, they
did
didn't.
not. They
Jumped
they
ship.
grant?
They jumped ship.
None. Jay Monahan came out and said these guys that are going to play in this tournament in London are going to be banned from the PGA Tour.
Okay, so fine. You're getting 125 million, DJ, right?
Yeah.
And now you're banned to play in the PGA Tour, which you may not make 125 million
Yeah.
in the next 5 years.
No, his situation I
So-
agree with
so-
wholeheartedly. I
So
think
why
that we
wouldn't
should
anybody
take it.
go to the Saudi?
Well,
league?
yeah, that's
Of course they're
But
going to
then
go.
when we talk about
So
other sports
that's why the
about
PGA
money-
Tour is worried.
Yeah, that's what
Because
we're saying.
if it's that loose,
They can't
for them to
compete
leave.
with that.
If they're going to say, like you were saying, draw the line in the sand.
Yeah.
If they can just leave, and they get all these endorsements and they get paid $100 million, everybody's going to leave.
And that's what they're terrified
then how are you
of.
going to pay $5 billion
Because
to these
you're-
golfers?
That's the problem is they have the money, and I think that's what scares the PGA Tour because these Saudis. I mean, come on, they're trillionaires or billionaires, whatever you want to call it.
I know, but do they want to throw
Yes,
$5
they do.
billion out
Yes,
on
they do.
American golfers?
Yes, they do.
Really?
They pay them already for appearance fees and Qatar or Qatar, however you want to say it. They pay them wherever they go. They will pay them millions of dollars. It's not 125. It's not $1 billion, but they pay these guys.
No, I mean
They
there
don't
is
care.
there is some. Listen, there is some big things going on with like human rights.
Yes, and
like,
that's the
there's
part
some
that I
serious
struggle with.
stuff of where some of this money, not all, but some of this money comes from and backed from. And I know some of the players have been outspoken about that. And I think that's where when Phil Mickelson first came out, like he's the first guy to run through the wall, and he got a lot of shit for that.
Yep. He
I don't
said
know.
something to the effect of these are scary mother effers with a lot of money or something like that. So like basically,
But
yeah,
he's
they're
gonna play
scary.
but he's going to play in the league
Nobody
because
knows.
all of his endorsements got pulled.
Well, yeah,
and he's blackballed in
yes.
the PGA Tour.
I don't think that was appropriate for Phil. I think that Phil's always been one to say, provocative things or be on that line. I mean, he does the fireside with Phil. I don't know if you guys have ever watched that on YouTube, but they're funny. He's a funny dude, but he says stuff. And to get blackballed from something that he has poured his life into, I don't agree with that. He never said, I'm going to go play for the Live tournament or the Live League. He never said it.
No.
But he addressed it about in that
Right.
book.
Well,
But,
and
telling him they
McElroy's
were
been
scary.
pretty outspoken.
but even McElroy, so once Dustin Johnson came and he was making, the 125 million, McElroy's like, I'm not going to do it, but I don't fault him, which is what you're talking about. What's going to keep guys here if they're incentivizing them?
Right. Nothing.
Harold Varner, do you guys know who that is?
No.
He's another golfer. He's like an up and comer. He's 31. He got offered $38 million to go play in the Saudi league or Live, and he rejected it. Which in his case, I think that makes sense because he can probably
win.
make $40 million through endorsements, through winning, through all of that in the next 7 or 8 years, which would get him to Dustin Johnson.
Okay, so what you're saying is like they're going to go after the veterans that are proven Masters or major winners,
Guys
right?
that are on their way out.
I think that's where they're having
Later.
success getting guys. I think
guys
they
that
would
have already won majors.
Yeah, they
and
would love
won
to have
multiple.
Well,
tournament
DJ's
wins.
our age, right? I mean,
He's 37 or 38, but they would love to have Jordan Spieth or Justin Thomas.
Sure.
But those
and what do
guys
you pay a guy like that?
well, and those guys are in their prime. They're not leaving the PGA
but they're also
Tour.
heavily endorsed where to make that kind of money isn't where
But
they're
DJ
at. They can
but
make.
DJ's heavily endorsed
That's
too.
true.
DJ's heavily endorsed. I mean, you see, if you watch golf, he's on every other commercial, just like those
But they
guys.
pulled it now.
Now because he went there, but
Sure.
but I think
So
the
he had to look at it and say, okay, is this a
How many
wash or
years?
is this? Am I gaining?
Yeah.
And if you're gaining, sure. self-growth, fine.
When you could put the
Go-
money in
go, Dustin
your account
Johnson.
now and make it grow, right?
Sure.
I think that's probably his mindset.
I don't personally like it because I think it takes away from the major affiliate that we're all familiar with. And maybe I just haven't seen it. I don't know enough about it. But to me, it just looks like, okay, they've got a lot of money and they're buying players, and it's just like the NIL deals.
Yes. So that's what
They're buying players. So is the best team really going to be put out there? Are we really seeing the best players in the world in one organization? No. Because the PGA Tour now is split. So now we're going to see half of the talent on the Saudi League and half the talent on the PGA Tour. I don't know. That part bothers me because they're chasing the money. Again, I would take it if I'm Dustin Johnson. I'm taking it all day long. You have to. There's no reason you shouldn't, right?
So if that's the case, how is it different than a kid taking the money?
And that's
saying it's the
where it
exact
is
same
different.
thing,
It's not
but-
though, because these are professionals. These guys,
that's true.
They're not
proven.
college athletes.
No,
they're
you're
not
right.
out of high school. Because pro athletes do it all the time. Well, I'm not getting paid. Arizona Cardinals aren't going to pay Kyler Murray, so
but
Denver's got the next best. I'm just throwing.
No, you brought up a really good point last episode, and you said, okay, so a sophomore in college gets a $3 million NIL deal his first year, right? And then he gets a $4 million deal or a $3 million deal. He graduates college and he's got $12 million, and he decides, I don't want to play football anymore. He's got enough money.
Yeah,
he's
that's
got $12
perfect.
million leaving college,
Yeah, that's awesome.
but he's not going to play the game that got him the money. If
But
he wasn't a football,
he played it and entertained people for for 4 years.
But if he wasn't a football player, would he have got $12 million?
No.
No. If he was an average Joe just going to the University of Washington or
if
whatever.
he was in the old system, he could have played his 4 years and not been what they thought and not get drafted.
Yeah.
True.
So,
But then you wouldn't give him the $3 million NIL deal the next year.
no.
You would reduce it down.
And I don't
or you
know
would
how all
pull
that
it and you
stuff.
would
I
give
don't
it
know
to
how these
somebody
guys.
else.
I don't know how that's working. Is it $3.5 million and you'll get it
Right.
by the time you're draft
the course
of
eligible?
time.
Or we don't know
But-
that stuff. But we are hearing figures.
Yeah.
And
But
it's-
what we do know is money is power.
Absolutely. Look at Johnny Depp.
Yeah. Look at the Saudi League. Look at Timeout.
Timeout. Got
Getting
paid.
scholarships,
Getting
fool.
schollies, baby.
NIL deals for mascots.
That's right. The bottom line for me with this Saudi thing, I don't hate it, but I do hate where the money's coming from. I don't think as a human being you can probably say, oh, yeah,
Well,
they're
as
great.
a U.S. citizen, I don't think you can just be 100% behind this,
Yeah.
right?
No, I mean, will I watch it? Maybe it'll be like the match for me. Like
No,
if I catch it.
you'll watch it. I mean, I'll watch it too.
But if you catch it, sure. But like PGA Tour is like NFL for me. Like I watch it religiously.
Sure.
I record it. Like that's my thing. This league, if I catch it, I'll catch it.
Yeah. Again, it's where the money's coming from is a lot
Yeah.
of what you hear. And you look at politics, right? You look how politics work when somebody's campaigning against somebody else. It's what can I use against them?
Yep.
And you see the PGA side really pushing that
Absolutely.
narrative of,
That's
well,
a
look where this
great point.
money's coming from.
sure.
Right. So now it's, they're sweating bullets. And you lose a Spieth, and you get really concerned.
Yeah, that would. I mean, Dustin Johnson's a big loss, even though he's
It's a huge
older.
loss.
Well, and I bring up McElroy because he was kind of like, some of these guys can't hit the ball as far as he was
Right.
making digs. And
Yeah.
it's like, dude, you fucking tanked in the Masters, bro. It was
Exactly.
glorious to watch.
You've tanked every last round.
I
of
hope
every
I see it
tournament.
again.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, man. I can't stand hearing him talk anyways, but
Really?
Oh, it just drives me nuts.
I do like McElroy. I will throw that out there.
I mean, I'm not saying he's good. I just you're taking jabs over guys that smoked you.
Yeah.
I mean, come on, bro.
You weren't the number one player in golf
No.
2 years ago. DJ was.
Yeah.
And he's gone.
He gone.
So now you can be the number one
Do you
player
like
in
him?
golf. Who? Dustin Johnson?
No,
McElroy? I can take it or leave it.
I
mean,
wasn't-
I do like
like him.
do like the fact that he's not afraid to say this stuff and be
Yeah.
outspoken about it.
Yep.
Because honestly, who is the face of the PGA once some of these guys leave?
Yeah.
That's
Tiger Woods isn't out there every weekend. And he's not one to kind of speak up about this stuff. He's very...
Mickelson's gone. He's not coming back to the PGA Tour.
When I really started to be like, okay, I like Rory, was after the Ryder Cup. The interview he did, and he got emotional, and everybody knew they were going to get whooped this last year. He gets emotional in a on-course interview, and I'm like, that guy, like, he gets it.
Yeah.
Like, the Ryder Cup for golf is also at the pinnacle of golf. If you are on a Ryder Cup team, there's a lot that goes into that, back to, like, being the pride of your country, all that stuff for golf.
Sure.
And he got very emotional that they got whooped. And I was like, all right, this guy cares. Like, he's not just a blowhard. He's not just out here.
Well, nobody likes getting their ass kicked.
Yeah, but it wasn't.
So, I mean, you got to be honest. When
you
get like Jake,
yeah,
he gets his ass kicked. In fantasy all the time.
like Jock
He's got to
Peterson.
be honest.
I mean, not this last year. I pretty much dominated.
He's got
Jeff in everything
no
we've done.
rebuttal.
And I got the trophies to prove it and the receipts.
He doesn't have anything. He bought
He's winning a game that he made up that just changed the rules the
Well,
last
you make
3
up
weeks.
a game.
No,
I'll
bro.
play a game with you.
No. How about go home game?
Whoa.
We do have to go home because you guys both have something to do.
I know. Responsibilities. Wait, I'm trying to wink again.
Nobody can see you, Jake.
Can you
'cause you're
not
hot.
wink? Like, literally?
I don't know, bro.
No?
Yeah, I can do it. I can do it. I'm just
Do it to the camera.
Let's all do it. I'll do it at once.
I do
did it
have a
twice.
golf story for you because I pictured you two in this, and we can close it with this. An elderly man is facing battery charges after he punched his friend in the face at a Florida golf course. The incident involved Richard Randall and his 84-year-old playing partner.
How old was Richard Randall?
78 or something?
Back in
77?
April at Della Vista Golf Course. Let's see.
Is this your heater?
No. I don't think I have.
Okay, all right. No heaters today.
The
No
argument
heaters.
the argument reportedly happened around the 4th hole. Randall's friend asked him to move away from a green he was standing on, and then gave him a middle finger. After that, Randall warned his friend not to do it again, or he'd get punched in the face. His friend didn't listen, and Randall ended up punching him in the face.
So
A court date.
This is normal golf
A
etiquette.
court date will likely be in Randall's future at some point after he got arrested. Hopefully this serves as a lesson to people going forward to not get into fights with their friends on a golf course.
at 70 plus years old.
Well, I will say this. Burnsy and I, when we're that age, there may be a
There
fight.
could be a fight.
There
Yeah.
could be.
If you're standing behind me when I'm putting, yeah.
If you're playing,
If anybody's punching anybody
Anything.
in the face,
I'm punching you. We're rolling around.
if you decide to go play anything with Jeff, that is a possibility of happening.
at
fight.
80,
Bowling,
Yeah. For sure.
darts,
beat you guys in both of those. Okay, what else? What else
You would
got?
beat me in bowling?
Yeah.
No, you wouldn't.
golf,
210
wouldn't beat me
average.
in golf.
210.
That's not your
Marco
average.
Polo,
That is my
Are you
average.
in a league?
hide
I
and
was.
seek,
Munson, what's his name?
was.
Roy Munson.
No.
hopscotch,
Hide and seek, Cox.
Marbles.
You're good at that one. But bowling,
all of
let's
it.
go back to bowling.
flying a
would win.
kite.
You'd probably win
Oh,
that.
yeah.
Keep
All
going.
of those.
Keep going. I
trying
like
to-
these.
All of them.
Skiing,
Pogs.
Pick up sticks.
snowboarding.
You guys can't fuck with me. on
Staring
pickup
contest, thumb war.
sticks. Staring contests, I win all the time.
What else?
I didn't get a blink.
He blinked.
I did. Did I blink?
He blinked.
I wasn't.
I blinked now.
It's hard to
Beat
go
it.
back.
You
to
got
it.
it. What
Staring
else? What else?
contest,
Keep them going.
1-0.
Just keep them going.
I mean,
Tic
like
tac toe.
No.
flipping a quarter. You
No.
would probably figure out a
No,
way to
there's
win
a way.
that. Yeah.
There's a way.
Yeah, you'd
You
win
got a
that.
quarter?
Yeah,
I'll show you.
I do in my car.
Whatever's on the front, when you put it on your thumb,
Like Cox is the type that
7 out of 10, that's what's coming up.
if you're taking a leak outside, Cox is like, "Oh, my stream's harder."
Yeah, it sounds more
Yeah. No, he'd be like,
impressive.
It would be like, "Oh, I would win in swords every time, no doubt." That's what you would say, right?
Yeah. Play swords. You want to see?
No,
I watched
good.
this
When?
guy wrestle a guy in my
not
front
at
yard.
40, bro. Not
hang
at
on.
40.
Go ahead. What'd you say?
I watched this guy wrestle a guy in my front yard. I don't even know why, but he was not going to lose. And I think it went on for 45 minutes for you to
Who won?
Well, you did.
What is he, like a 6-year-old? Did he wrestle?
It was my son. No, I'm kidding. It was the same age. It was when we were younger. No.
Just fighting.
He's false.
I got your back. Somewhat. Sometimes.
Yeah.
You are.
I penned him. I made him cry.
Yeah, he did. And he said,
a true story.
And he said, "Who's your best friend now?"
That's what I told him.
That's how you left it?
Yeah.
To me.
Oh,
he said
okay.
it
I
to
thought
me.
you-
Who's your best friend now?
Because he
Not
cried.
being up.
He cried after.
That's just fucked up.
I choked him out.
Yeah, he choked him out.
Jesus.
I did.
Yeah.
I feel bad
Imagine-
about it now.
You should call and
That
forgive
was
him.
22 years
You should.
ago.
Hey, you need to do
At
the Billy
least.
Madison move. Call and get forgiveness. So
Yeah.
I probably should.
some dude.
Why'd you
on
bring
his
that up,
couch for
Burns?
No,
Tuesday.
you're good. You don't need forgiveness.
No,
That's
you brought this all down now.
whoa.
Made me feel like a bully.
You're not
I mean,
a bully.
No, be honest, Kevin. It's
No,
okay.
Cox isn't a bully. He loves the people. He's a man of the people.
I do love the people.
Yeah, he's shaking hands and kissing babies.
That's right.
I just like to tease him.
Yeah, it's
We
fun.
always do this. Jeff would be there for anybody if they needed it,
Absolutely.
even when you don't need it.
He's there.
True.
He's checking in. That's how you listen. That's how
That's
we've all been
friendship.
friends for 30 plus
That's
years.
right.
Exactly.
I'm just teasing you.
Exactly.
Friend. Hey,
Jake.
do you have a heater?
I have no heaters.
No heaters. We got plenty of juice in this stuff.
Yeah, this is good. Burnsy.
It was a
Dude.
pleasure, guys. It's fun.
It's awesome
It's
having
always
you.
fun.
It's fun.
Burnsy's not drunk.
No.
No, I'm. You can
What?
understand me
What are
today.
you talking about? He's never
Jeff?
drunk.
He was
Ever.
worried about 18.
That was
What
bad.
about-
Well, the first 30 minutes.
You weren't drunk.
No, I was not.
No, he was
He
drinking.
wasn't drunk.
No,
Guys,
no.
he was drinking. He wasn't drunk.
Water
Yeah.
and 7-Up.
Yeah.
He was hammered. He wasn't drunk.
Yeah.
No, but did
Well, that's because of Uber Don't Eat.
did I not turn it around?
You did well.
I did.
Oh, yeah, you did well.
Because it was rough.
Yeah, we got deep.
I don't remember. Somebody might have asked me too. It was like, "Hey, was your buddy drunk on there?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I mean, he had a couple cocktails."
The beginning.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't judge.
No judgment
This
here.
judgment-free zone.
Jeff,
That's
what
I was
episode
told.
is this? 20? I don't
This
even
is
know.
episode 20, Jake.
Hey,
Boom.
congrats.
Yeah, good job, boys.
Watch
Entertaining.
your lips.
Go get a hat
Episode 20.
or message
Yeah.
us to get a hat.
At watcher_lips on Twitter and Instagram.
And your homework for the week is sharing it with at least 10 people.
And tell those people to share it with 10 more people.
I'm going to do it too.
Do it. Burnsy,
And we'll see
Thank
if
you,
it works.
boys.
The
are you
numbers.
going to do it? You're not on social
I'll
media. Are
share-
you going to tell people that are on social media
Does
to
your,
share
does,
that?
does your
Yes.
brother listen?
I don't know.
Because I know Mama does.
Oh, absolutely. She can share it. Mama,
Yeah.
share it.
Hey, Mama
Pops.
Burns, share it.
Pops, share it.
Pops,
You.
Papa Burns. Love.
I will share it, but I don't know.
They're
if
my favorite, by the way.
It'll be through like letters and post-it notes that I'll send
fine.
through the mail. I don't
Send me
do
a
this
pigeon.
social media stuff.
You don't have phone numbers in your phone and people you could text?
Well, I got to make sure that I don't sound like an idiot before I send it out. I don't want to.
It's okay. That's why it's Watch Your Lips. You can ask for forgiveness the next time.
All right.
Yeah, responsibly.
Right. That's how we do it.
Well, thank
Ladies
you,
and
boys.
gentlemen,
Thank you.
Burnsy, great to have you. This is Watch Your Lips podcast, episode 20. And we'll be back next week.
Hopefully.
We will.
We'll be back next
With
week.
timeout.
With Timeout.
Yes.
Hopefully.